Hi friends, welcome to Venky's channel. In the previous video, we have learned how to add radio buttons and checkboxes in HTML. Today we are going to learn how to add drop-down lists and text areas in HTML. So let's open Sublime Text and open this file in browser. Now you can see that we have created this form in the past two videos. Now let's minimize this and go back to Sublime Text and let's learn how to add drop-down lists in HTML. For adding drop-down lists, we use the select tag in HTML. So first we have to decide for what do we have to add a drop-down list. I want to add a drop-down list for qualification. So I have typed qualification : and in the next line let's write the select tag. So let me add the select tag and we have to give an ID for this. So ID equal to, this is a drop down list, so let me give the ID as DDL for drop down list. So since this is a qualification drop down list, I am giving DDL qual, just a shortcut. And within the select tag we have to give different options to the user. For that we use the option tag. So let me write the option tag. So option tag is a child tag of the select tag. So option tag should be within the select tag. So this is like a list, and in the option I want to provide BA. So let me give value also BA. So let me give value attribute, value equal to BA. Like this we can provide n number of options. Now let me remove this, and I have already written different qualifications here. So let me copy all of this and paste it here. So let me go down into the select tag and let me paste it by Ctrl V. Now you can see that many options are added here. Now let's save our changes and refresh the browser. Now you can see that a drop down list is added for qualification like this, and when I click on this arrow it shows me all the different options and I can choose from any one of these. Let's learn about a few attributes of the select tag. So one attribute is multiple. So if I add multiple, we can select multiple options, and let's see how will it look, because usually when we look in a drop down list we can select only one option. So let's see how it will look when we give the multiple attribute. Now let's refresh the browser. Now you can see that here there is a list box kind of thing. Here we can scroll down to see everything. We can select the first one, the second one, but you can see that still we can select only one even after we keep the multiple attribute. First let me click on MA, and then again let's go down and click on MSC, and now let's see whether MA is selected. No, MA is automatically getting unselected. So what to do if we want to be able to select multiple options? For that first we have to click on BA, and then we have to click on Control, and then now let's click on MCA. Now we can see that both the options are selected. So we have to press and hold the Control key and then scroll down and then press whatever options we require. Now we can see that all four are selected. So now let's unselect all of these by refreshing the browser. Now let's select BA. Now let's press and hold the Shift key and then click on BSC. Now we can see that all the options from BA to BSC are selected. So now let's refresh the browser. Let's click on BA. Let's go to the last and click on PHD, and then all of these options are selected because I have pressed and hold the Shift key, so all of these are selected. Now let's remove multiple attribute because it's not used in most of the cases. Now let's refresh the browser. Now it looks like a proper drop down list. Now let's learn about text areas in HTML. So after the select tag, let me add 2 BRs. So I have added 2 BRs right now, and next Let's learn why do we use text areas. Text areas are used when we want to give a really large text box. If they want to enter a message, we give a text area. So let's write problem. So if they have any problem, they can describe it. So in a better way, let's write describe your problem. So they can describe their problem here. So now let's give a colon here at the end of this line, and let's type the text area tag. So we don't use the input tag, we use the text area tag. Now let's save our changes and refresh the browser. Now you can see that text is displayed, describe your problem, and there is a bigger text box compared to the first 3 text boxes which we added here. So if we click on here and type anything, let's type a lot. So let's type something, and you can see that after this line is ended, it's automatically going to the next line, and we can even resize this text box by keeping our cursor on the bottom right corner. As soon as we keep our cursor on the bottom right corner, the resize cursor appears. So we can drag it and resize it to our convenient size. Now let's refresh the browser to make it default. Now let's learn about a few attributes of the text area tag. The important one is ID. So let me give ID as Texta. So this is a text area. I am giving Texta, and let's give prop. So Texta prop, and another attribute is wrap. Just now we have seen that if the content which we type is greater than that line, it's automatically going to the next line. So if we give wrap equal to off, wrap is nothing but word wrap. So here if we click on view, there is an option called word wrap here. This is there in most of the text editing softwares. So that is what we use wrap for. So if wrap is off, the text will not go into the next line. Now let's save our changes and refresh the browser. Now here let's type something which is greater than the line. Now you can see that instead of going to the next line, a scroll bar is appearing here. We can scroll through the scroll bar and see the next contents. Now let's remove wrap equal to off, and now let's save our changes. Another attribute of the text area is rows. We can even adjust the height and width of the text area. So for adjusting the height, we use the rows attribute. So rows equal to 20, and let's give width also 20. So calls equal to 20. So this is like rows and columns. Now let's save our changes and refresh the browser. Now you can see that the text box size has increased a lot. We can even resize it by keeping our cursor on the bottom right corner and dragging it. Friends, hope you have understood about drop-down lists and text area clearly. In the next video, we will learn about password fields in HTML and how to submit this form in HTML. Bye friends.